Hi.
Hi. Yes.
It's nice to meet you.
And you as well.
I guess I have a few questions.
Yes.
I do have a few
Thank you.
questions about experiences that have happened to me.
Yes, such as.
Such as when I was a little girl, I remember waking up and my bed flew from one side of the room to the other side.
How exciting. You had your own magic carpet.
Yes, but I'm wondering what this experience was.
Well, it's a combination of a few different things. It is representative of a vibration you picked up from an encounter with other beings and other realities, other dimensions, that stuck with you strongly enough that you still radiated the frequency of a different form of reality that allowed this one to become more flexible, malleable, and more magical. Because you, in a sense, still weren't really strongly connected to it as if it was truly real or grounding. So you had a little bit more, well, shall I say, levity in your life?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. And
definitely. And then
what else?
Another experience, I was astral projecting.
As I said.
And I left my body.
Yes.
And my consciousness was floating up.
Yes.
And I saw a bunch of colorful orbs.
Yes.
And I'm wondering if this is something you recognize?
Oh, yes. Understand that in the natural form of spirit, if you don't hold on to the idea that you look like anything or anyone in particular, your natural form is as an orb of light. That's really what spirits look like. They're just energy balls. That's a focus of concentration and consciousness. It doesn't have to look like anything. It doesn't really have to take any particular personality shape. So you were perceiving the true essence of spirits.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Once again.
I tend to...
You what?
I
beg your pardon?
I see and feel energies. And choose to feel energies.
Yes, not tend, choose.
Okay. Choose.
Tendency is out of your control. Choice is what you are in control of. So you are choosing to...
feel other energy forms.
Yes.
In the same space that I'm in.
Are you starting to see a pattern here?
Yes.
You are highly charged and highly sensitive to higher frequency energies, and very often will exemplify the idea of what is possible from those states of being. You are loosely connected to physical reality in that sense. So, okay. What are you doing with that talent and that skill and that ability in life?
How are you
applying it? Well, you know the formula, yes, that we've been talking about. Follow your passion best you can. No insistence. Stay in the positive state. Yes, that will usually bring you to a deeper understanding of how you can use these kinds of experiences in your life. Because one of the things that comes with that is the organizing principle of synchronicity, which brings you inspiration and awareness as to how to utilize what it is that you're experiencing. It doesn't leave anything out. It will bring you, in a sense, the opportunities, the instructions. You'll know what to do. But you have to act on the formula to accelerate yourself in a way that allows you to know how to apply this in your physical experience, because that's why you chose to be here, bringing those energies down to earth. But you remain loosely connected so you can do that more consciously. But that's a positive thing.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yes. And so how are you using this in your life?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to use this in my life.
Well, what kind of a person are you? What kind of a person have you chosen to be because of these experiences?
A spiritual person.
There you go. So you are giving yourself an opportunity to be a living example of a higher state of being so that you can do what you need to do, take the actions you need to take that will be examples to other people who may see you and say, oh, look at the wonderful life she is living. Look how happy she is. Look how excited she is. Maybe that's something I can do for myself too. You may never know how many people you're helping. People who walk by may just see you looking all happy and go, wow, I wish I could be that happy too. And maybe you will have changed their lives because they're willing to change their lives just by seeing you as a living example. You don't know how many people you're helping just by being you.
Okay, well, I was about to ask how I can help people through this.
Just told you.
Yeah.
Now, you can do it in any other way that you're conscious of wishing to do it. That's up to you. But all I'm telling you is you're already helping just by being you, and the only way you can help people is by being you to the best you can, because that's your purpose in life. That's your mission. All of you. Your purpose is the same. Your expressions are different, but your purpose is the same. Being you as best as you can, as fully as you can.
Great.
Yes?
What's the best way for me to communicate with other beings that I've felt?
Well, it seems like you're already doing that, but again, when we give you all the formula, we give it to you because that is the basic instruction manual for everything you're asking. Because when you follow your passion, what happens? You raise your frequency. When you raise your frequency, what happens? You become a better receiver of higher frequency communication. You become a better antenna to those frequencies. So one thing leads to another. Every relevant thing is contained in the formula, in the instruction manual. That's why we give it to you in a simple form. Look, A, B, C, D. Here. This will answer your questions. This will allow you to experience everything that's relevant for you to experience, that's a reflection of your passion and joy in life, and allow you to be more of who you truly are. It's all contained within this little kit. You don't have to overthink it or go beyond it. We can discuss for hours and days and weeks and months and years, as we have, the details of those instructions. We can go into them deeper. We can help you understand them more clearly. But there are no more instructions in the manual. You have the entire manual. Just follow the instructions as you would any instruction book for operating a piece of machinery. It'll work to your advantage if you do that. Yes?
Yes.
That's it. Keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. It is simpler than you think. It is. It really is. If we can impress anything upon any of you in the course of the years that we have been sharing this information, please take it to heart. It is simpler than you think. Literally, listen to that sentence. It's simpler than you think. So stop thinking so much and just go with the flow. Remember, every one of you is a current in the ocean of creation. Your current knows where you need to go. Surrender is not giving up control. Surrender is going with the flow of your current in the natural control that's built into it. You don't have to control it in any extra way. Let your physical mind relax. Let it do the job it was designed to do, which is to give you a physical experience of what's happening in the moment. Ride the current. You'll wind up where you need to go. It's that simple.
Great. And I have another question.
Yes.
I was wondering about astrology and...
Permission slip, like anything. A reflection of states of consciousness within individuals and groups, but not a causation, a reflection. People can use the permission slip to get in touch more precisely, if they're sensitive enough to do so, to use that particular permission slip tool to realize what's going on in the consciousness of an individual and to understand what that individual may have laid out for themselves, at least to some degree, in the theme that they chose to explore in this life. But like anything, any tool, any technique, any ritual, any object, it's a permission slip that simply aligns with someone's belief system at the present moment, that allows them to more easily grant themselves permission to change and be more of themselves. But the person is doing the changing, not the tool. The tool is just a mirror you're using to say, yes, I like the way I look in that mirror. And so you allow yourself to be that you. more easily because you believe the permission slip gives you a better way, an easier way of doing that, because it's aligning with your belief system to allow you to circumvent your belief system more easily. Everything is a permission slip. Use whatever works for you. Whatever you're attracted to because it works for you. Otherwise, when you change, you might be attracted to a different permission slip. Or you might get to the point where you realize you are the ultimate permission slip, and then you don't need any external device. You will just change as you prefer to in any given moment, in the blink of an eye. Or at least in whatever length of process is necessary for you to fully transform and appreciate the transformation in the way that you wanted to by choosing to have a physical experience. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I've answered a call to a quest of remembering.
Remembering what? More of who you are?
That's part of it.
All right. What's the other part?
The role I've played and the role the crystal skulls are playing.
Yes. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And so, how's the journey so far?
Very fast and very full of synchronicity.
Oh, all right. And so?
And so I've come for more clarity.
About what?
Around the archetypes that the different skulls are representing.
Yes.
And the source in which they've been encoded.
Well, the original source goes back to what you would call Atlantean times. And so it was understood that eventually, because there are cycles on your planet where things may come together and then be broken apart and so on and so forth, that certain understandings and knowledge should be imbued in many different forms. The crystal skulls, all 13, are one of those forms. The master skull has yet to be discovered, but there are those that, in a sense, were infused with the knowledge from the master skull, and some of them exist in public and some of them still do not, of the originals.
You've spoken a bit of this, one particular one, the Mitchell Hedges skull.
Cucumots.
My question was more about the others.
Yes.
And the other energies, the archetypal energies that they're holding.
Well, we have spoken recently of one that does exist in the care of indigenous people in the northeastern United States border, Canada, in that region generally, that goes by the name of sequoia. And it has to do with connections to the trees and nature. That's its archetypal energy. Then there is that which exists near Angkor Wat that is called Tet and has to do with other kinds of archetypal energy. And then there is that in Tibet known as Shan that has to do with other dimensional realms and portals. These are the ones that we can discuss at this time. The others have their timing and have yet to be discovered in ways that will allow all eventually to be brought together into the master circle of 13.
And along those lines, is there a reason why they're not able to be spoken about? The other archetypes?
You're not ready.
Me personally or humanity?
Humanity in general. Some individuals may be ready before the population, and through synchronicity, you may find your way before the general population, because that is your passion and your interest. But in general, we are only allowed to go so far in this information, not only because it might not be appropriate at the moment, and also maybe because there are people who are simply not ready for it, but it might also not be our job to dispense that information. It might be the job of others.
That makes sense.
Once again.
Along those lines, I've received a lot of information recently from the skulls. it felt like a stream of other languages, cosmic languages and maps.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
there's a lot of knowledge and information embedded in the skulls. In various languages, not even the languages only of Earth.
yes, and then I saw faces and eyes of specific races.
Yes.
And was receiving ways of communicating with all the different
Right.
races.
Very good.
In that, it made me curious too about what I've been remembering
Yes.
around the hybrids
Yes.
involvement,
Yes.
and just the understanding of how humanity was seeded.
Through the idea of the genetic alterations, you mean?
More like, what are the combinations like of the races, and what are those relationships, what are those histories?
Well, there are many. And again, some we cannot necessarily discuss at this time. But we have already mentioned that there are Sirius connections and Orion connections and Lyran connections, Pleiadian connections, Arcturus connections, hybrid connections, gray connections, parallel reality connections, and several others that we won't mention right now.
So the hunch that I'm having, or I guess the part of the remembrance, is these skulls in a way accessing multiple.
One moment. Receiving new data. What is coming to the forefront also recently is the connection to some of the star systems that form the constellation you call Draco, the dragon. This is coming more back into your consciousness at this time as a connection. So this is another portal that is awakening.
I've had memories of being a dragon.
Well, yes and no. Not in the literal sense as people think. The idea of the dragon represents many different kinds of things and archetypal levels of beings from other dimensions that express themselves in certain ways in your physical reality that take on the form that you are calling a dragon. So it is not necessarily meant as a typical flesh and blood animal, but you are connected to the energetics and the idea of the systems that we just referred to in the Draco constellation. And this is not in any way, shape, or form meant in the negative connotation of draconian.
Yeah, and along those lines, the different frequencies of those systems and those races are encoded in these skulls. I'm just curious about the function of them as memory, them working together, their collective.
Well, yes, it gives you your entire history. It gives you an understanding of connections to all the different races of which you have some connection to among the stars, the galactic family, and many other things, many other levels of knowledge and understanding of the structure and nature of existence and many things.
And how does that serve, or how can that serve humanity at this time?
Really?
Well, I know the answer to that. I'm more wanting to have the dialogue with you.
Well, it's a quest. To search for them is to search within the self and to discover those parts within the self that are represented by aspects and archetypal energies that are represented in the skulls. So it's part of a quest to pull yourselves back together. In a sense, a gathering, an awakening, a realization, a shamanistic journey of understanding and awakening.
That resonates also on the level of what humanity's invitation is to evolve to a different
invitation that exists for all life to be all that is.
Along those lines, are the crystal skulls also the crystalline form of them?
Yes. What about it? It's a good storage.
Also just a clue of what we are able to evolve to or return to.
There is more and more silicon evolving in your bodies to make you more receptive antennas. Not only to higher frequency energies, but also to the skulls.
Would you say that there's like a a shift happening in terms of a shift in our species, like turning into a different species.
This is what we mean when we say Earth is becoming the sixth hybrid race. And we have already said many times, whether you are aware of it or not, that many of the children that have been being born for the past few decades on your planet are not new generations, they are a new species.
Yeah, I was feeling that. A new species, but also able to communicate with those other off-world species.
Well, yes, of course. That's part of what happens when you are more of yourself.
The Lyrans also keep coming through as a strong pointer towards what's coming next in terms of
the Lyrans and the Pleiadians are offshoots of evolutionary forms of what the Anunnaki became.
Can you expand on that a little bit?
You understand the Anunnaki?
Yeah, but I'm
the Anunnaki no longer exist in their original form. They evolved and went into systems that you now recognize as the Lyrans, which also gave progeny to the existence of the Pleiadians. So they are your cousins in many ways.
What can you tell me about my specific lineage?
Nothing at this time, because there is no time for it. This will be another conversation because there is a lot of information to unpack in that conversation.
That I'm going to be discovering and...
Well, yes, but also simply for the auspices of this transmission, it is simply more information than we have time for.
I understand.
So thank you.
Thank you. It's an honor to be in service with you.
And you as well.
Thank you.
Please take a short break. We will resume this transmission to crystallize in the transmission today in your upcoming meditation.
We will reconvene in 15 minutes.
All right, I'll say let us continue the transmission by asking each and every one of you to become very comfortable in your seats. Relax, let go,